Although the race for mayor is over, the hoodie saga is not. If you recall, we told you how someone was passing out I Love Tim Keller sweatshirts to the homeless less than 2 weeks before the election.
Now the city clerk is demanding answers about who paid for them. Tonight, Target 7 finds out if that's likely. Here's Jason McNabb.
It's been a couple of weeks, and yet no one seems to know who handed out these sweatshirts. Mayor Keller and the city clerk want to find out. Now they're opening an investigation with the city's ethics commission. But how much power do they really have to make someone spill the beans? We told you about these sweatshirts and the mystery behind who passed them out to the homeless.
Yeah, they didn't identify themselves. They had no tags. They weren't wearing anything. They were just kind of.
We really don't know much about these sweatshirts, who's behind it, whether it was a simple joke or whether there are other nefarious reasons behind them.
When I first heard about it, it was, we don't know who did this, right?
This man, Paul Gessing of the Taxpayer Watch Group Rio Grande Foundation, told Target 7 he knows the mystery person behind the sweatshirts.
I am aware of the individual who passed the shirts out, yes. I can't tell you because they don't want to be notified or made public as somebody who's doing this kind of, I guess you would call it guerrilla marketing or guerrilla campaign tactics.
But Mayor Keller wants to know. His campaign's attorney, Damon Eli, filed this complaint to the city clerk, Ethan Watson. In it, he says, quote, "If this stays in the shadow, it will make a mockery of the election code."
He knows who did it. He knows they did it to help the campaign that's opposing Tim Keller, and they did it to try and influence voters at the polls.
Watson believes the complaint has merit and sent it to the Ethics Commission to investigate. But can they compel Gessing to tell them who actually did it?
Well, if they want to get some documents, they can issue subpoenas.
KOAT legal expert John Day said the commission could issue those subpoenas for people to testify. However, they don't necessarily have to.
The First Amendment protects your right, and the Fifth Amendment protects your right not to have to talk to any government agency. So if the Ethics Commission wants to subpoena Paul Gessing, for example, they can do that. Does he have to come in and talk to them? What's the Ethics Commission going to do? Are they going to sit him down and waterboard him until he tells them what they want to hear? I mean, that just doesn't happen.
The Ethics Commission might not have that chance. It appears Gessing is not going to show up for a hearing anytime soon. His attorney, Blair Dunn, shot back this letter to the city clerk, saying Gessing is not going to participate in the process. We caught up with Gessing afterwards.
And we're going to be challenging the clerk and the mayor's campaign and others who have said that I need to spill the beans on who provided the sweatshirts.
Now, Day tells us if Gessing doesn't honor the subpoenas, this very well could move to district court and could become precedent over how election laws and free speech are handled. For Target 7, I'm Jason McNabb.
The Ethics Commission does have the authority to impose $500 fines on any organization such as Gessing's Rio Grande Foundation.